Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute. That's okay. Things happen, life happens, it's whatever. Coming at you from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we're gonna change this channel up a little bit. I was originally doing vlogs, kind of just wanting to document my life, and I'm glad I did because those times in New York, there weren't that many videos, but I'm glad that I was able to kind of like capture my part of my experience living there. And I'll be able to look back at that. But we're slowly going to change this into a booktube. Is that what we call it, I think? Because look behind me. She's become a reader. I am also a reader, Las Culturistas wise. So she's got two types of readers under her. Yeah, we wanted to kind of explore the world of romance books, because that's mostly what I read. And I don't really have any friends that like to read or like to talk about when they read, so I figured why not make some internet friends that do it. So we're gonna start out with a couple book hauls that I've done recently, because she's done quite a few to fill up the shelves behind her, and there's been some really good sales going on for books, so we are getting stocked. I had to get a third shelf because I ran out, and I'm basically gonna need another one. So the first haul that we're gonna do is a book outlet haul. If you have not heard of the book outlet, please check it out. It is the most amazing source to get, I don't want to say used books because I don't think they're used at all, but they're like books that have gone out of market and out of big stores, and I think they send it to the publisher, and then the publisher sells a large quantity of them to these things, so they don't have to like discard them fully. They can sell them at a cheaper price, and I've gotten so many books out of it. We're gonna go through my third purchase from here. To get back into the book outlet, basically, like I said, they buy books at a cheaper price and sell them to you cheaper, and I've gotten some really good books for $5.99 was the last haul. It was my birthday in February, and the weekend there was this sale that it was like the big $5.99 fiction sale. I mean, most of these books are $6.99 to like $8.99, so it's not that big of a difference, but I got 14 books for like $87, so it's not that bad. And when a book can normally sell at $18 to $25, buying 3 books at $5.99 each compared to 1 book, hell yeah, dude. So we are gonna get into my big stack of books here that I got, and we're gonna get into them. So let's begin. So first, whenever I get on this website, I always look for authors that I have read before and that I love, to see if they have any of the books that I had read, because I had Kindle Unlimited for like 2 years before I started purchasing fully, and I don't have Kindle Unlimited anymore because I love a physical book a lot better, and I like seeing like what I've read. I found one of my favorite authors, and it's it's the book series that got me into reading. I remember, I think it was 2021 May of like 2021, I went to go see my parents. I lived in New York, went to Texas, saw my parents, and I took book 1 and book 2 with me, and I took book 1 with me, finished it on the plane before we even got there, ordered 2 and 3 and had them delivered to my parents' house so I could read the next ones, because I was like, oh my god, I have to read this. And that is the Off-Campus series by L. Kennedy, and when I got it, it was the original covers, where it was not the illustrated, it was this. So I saw that these 3 books were on here, so I got books 1, 2, and 3, and this is where I got a little peeved, because on the website it showed this cover, like the illustrated cover, not this one, but this one came in. But that's okay, it's fine. It's still a great book, obviously, and I think I'm just gonna sell it on Pango Books, because I'm gonna get this cover from another haul. But so we have The Deal, The Mistake, and The Score. And this is what I mean by, I'm pretty sure that these come from, because I used to work at Target, so I know what this does. Target, whenever like clearance time comes around or shelf changes come around, you never really see the media like books, magazines, DVDs. You never really see those go on like on a clearance. And what they do is, I remember we had to like package them up separately and then ship it back to like the merchandise owner basically. And it was always a separate thing. A delivery driver would come specifically for this every week, and it was always full of this stuff. So this is where I'm thinking this was on the Target shelf. It was at a store that nobody really bought it, so they got rid of it, and it went back to the manufacturer. They sold it to this company because it has the Target 20% off circle on it. And it's not the only one. I had other ones that had other stickers on them, and I'll get to them, but yeah. So I find that cool. Instead of buying this book for $17, I got it for $5.99. So I always recommend going to this website first before you want to think about buying a book. Yeah, those were the first three. I read this series and I loved this new illustration cover so much better. And I also liked that on the side it has the book number on it. The next two are a series that I really like, and the first book of the series really has a hold on me, and I remember it, and I'm not someone of those people who can like remember a book I read 3 years ago. I can remember some pieces of it, but names and full plots kind of go out the door. So the fact that I remember this book that I read a year ago is good, but I did not get book one in this one. This is the Beyond the Playbook series by Grace Riley. I have book 3 and 4, Stealing Home and Wicked Serve. These are so good. These are so good. Like this, the first book of this series, I think it's called First Down, is like my favorite. And if you know this one, the first 3 books are about the brothers. The 4th book is about the sister of this family. And I think I actually really liked Wicked Serve really good because it was kind of one of those things where like I said, the first 3 books were about the brothers. And now you got like the sister's perspective, and she's the youngest, and then just kind of the whole storyline of this is just really good. And I kind of saw myself a little bit in here because I'm the youngest, and kind of always felt like I had to live up to my older sister, who's extremely smart and got like so many scholarships to college, and I got like none. So I kind of saw myself a little bit in her. This series is really good. I definitely recommend reading this one because it's so good. Alright, so that's it for the books that I've already read. They're just series that I wanted to like have on my shelf, and will probably most likely read it again because I do really want to reread this series because it's so good. Alright, so the next series, I haven't read these, but I've wanted to. They've been on the long list of TBR for a long time, so decided to grab them because, again, $5.99 for a book is insane. And no, this is not an ad for them. I just think people are really missing out on this. Okay, the next 2 are a part of a series. It's a 3-book series, and I only got 1 and 3 because they didn't have book 2 on there. So I'll have to get that through a different seller, but I've wanted to read these for a long time. It's the Hoops series by Kennedy Ryan. So I've got Long Shot book 1 and Hook Shot book 3. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I remember the synopsis of them, and these covers are so beautiful. Like, how can you not? And I love the thickness of it. Like, how many pages is this? 459 pages. So these bigger books are good, kind of like longer ones if I ever want to like kind of dive in to a longer story instead of some of these. I wouldn't call this a quick read, but I could definitely read this in like 36 hours if I wanted to. But it's also that good. So these ones I'm really excited to read. They look really good. So the rest of the books that I grabbed, so I've got 7 more here. They're all kind of like single off books that I've either wanted to read, heard good things about, and just kind of had them on my list. First up is Savor It by Tara DeWitt. I hope I said that right. I may botch these names. I'm sorry. I haven't done my full research. This one I heard good things about, but I recently had a book person that I follow on Instagram who said she DNF'd it because it had no plot. And I don't know, I'm intrigued to see how this one goes because of that. I literally just saw that like last night. So I don't know, I'm still gonna give it a try. I don't let people's opinions fully persuade me, because a lot of people said Deep End wasn't good and they DNF'd it. I loved it. I thought it was really good. We'll get into that into another video. We can probably break down that whole book, but I pushed that book off because people said they didn't like it. But then I read it and I was like, okay, these people are wrong. I thought it was good. Fight me. But yeah, so we'll still read it because I like to give people a chance. I haven't read any of her stuff yet either, but so this one I wanted to grab it. Alright, Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto I also grabbed. I've heard mixed opinions on this one, and I'm intrigued to read this one just because of how people have talked about this one. So I'm a little curious how this is gonna go. I'm in the middle. I just started a 3-book series by Tessa Bailey. No, it's a 2-book series. Yeah, by Tessa Bailey. So I think some of these next ones are gonna kind of be next on the list because they don't really have series, even though I do love a good series because series tend to be really good. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna give this one a try as well. Alright, these next two I have been wanting to read for a while, and my first purchase from this website, I didn't grab them. I grabbed some other ones, and I was like, you know what, I'm grabbing these this time, especially this first one because I really wanted to read it, didn't grab it. Saw a ton of people talking about it. I was like, okay, I need to grab this one. And it's Business or Pleasure by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I mean, just this cover gives me enough context, and I'm just like ready. So this is definitely going to be probably the next month's TBR. I'm not 100% positive, but I really want to grab this one. And then the next one is The X Talk, which I think a lot of people have seen as well. And they just all look so good. There's some people that I follow that have really good or really similar vibes that I like to read about, and so usually like when they say they like something, I usually do. An Unputdownable Sexy Riot. I mean, are you kidding me? So the last 3 books, you'll probably know them. You'll know at least one of them, but you'll know this author, Elena Armas. The Spanish Love Deception was on there and I had to grab it. I hadn't picked it up recently, and I've heard so many good things about her writing, and so I want to read these because I think it's going to be so good, and the storyline seems really good for this one. But they also had The Long Game, and it has cats on the cover, so like sold because cats, hello. So I'm game. I love when a book has an animal thrown in there as like kind of like the main, not like the main thing, but like, you know, the little extra piece, the little side character that's just like always there, because my cat has definitely become a part of my life for the last 8 years, and he's just my little bestie. We've been through a lot, and so seeing those depicted in books is always fun. But lastly, we have The Fiancé Dilemma as well. I grabbed this one because, like I said, I've heard so many good things about her writing, and it's most likely going to transpire into her other books. So we did grab this one, and I'm kind of the type of person who doesn't really read the back cover because I don't really like when the tropes are spoiled. I mean, when you have a series of things and, you know, they kind of set it up, you can figure it out, but I kind of just like going and not knowing. I know that's probably crazy, but I don't care. With this one, I just kind of liked the idea of, I'm guessing, fake dating, but we'll see, and maybe we'll cut back to this after I do read it and see if I'm right. But obviously there's, you know, man and woman, and there's also 4 dudes back here, so like what's going on? I also love that they depicted the clottering over here. This is like something that I grew up with. My mom taught me about this when I was young. Yeah, I just love the meaning of a clottering. I think it's a beautiful thing as well, and I do have a bit of an Irish background. I think it's only like 10% of my makeup, so I'm a full-on mutt, where it's like 75% European and 25% Hispanic. So, but part of that European, the biggest part of it I think is Irish, because my great-grandfather immigrated from Ireland a long time ago, obviously. But yeah, I've known about the clottering as a part of my history, so I love seeing that depicted there. But yeah, that is my little haul. That's my little haul from the Book Outlet. Definitely recommend it. Like I said, not mad. Just love this website. I think A lot of people may see this as overconsumption. I don't. This is like my passion. It has been for a few years now. And that's kind of why I want to discuss it more. Find some internet friends that have the same passion as me that we can discuss. But like I said, this channel is definitely going to become more of a book focused channel because I kind of want to explore more into the Bookstagram, Booktube. I'm not on TikTok because I don't really, that's a little too much for me. Like 2 social medias is enough. Could be a millennial thing. I will definitely do a bookcase, bookshelf tour sometime and just a walkthrough, but yeah, super excited to be doing this. It's been making me kind of pumped to talk about books. If you're still here, thank you for watching this. Leave some of your favorite books down in the comments below. I want to kind of see everyone's opinions. I mostly read romance. I haven't really made my way into the fantasy, romantic-y world of it all. I'm a little scared to get into it. So I have not read any of the Sarah J. Maas books or Iron Flame. I can't remember it. I don't even remember all the authors' names, but I try not to follow all of the hype because I read this book way before a lot of people were talking about it, and I felt so good that I knew this series and this author, and I'm glad she's getting her coin now because let's go. It's so good. But yeah, leave your authors' books down below. I'd love to find new authors. That's kind of why I did like Kindle Unlimited, just because I was able to find authors that aren't mainstream and getting to read their books. I am ready to dive into this world, hoping we can all make new friends along the way. I'm feeling so happy right now because books and people that talk about books. So if you want to talk about books, please consider following. I would love it. Like this video, get me out to other book people, and let's all have fun. Thanks again for watching. See you later. Bye.